Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 10 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. And we've got some fun news happening today in Greenville, where the annual Chili Cook-Off is going to be happening. Now, the city of Greenville is holding the cook-off today from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. at Fire Station 1, located at 500 South Green Street. The competition raises funds for the city's annual campaign benefiting the United Way of Pitt County. The event is open to the public, and attendees can purchase all-you-can-eat chili spanning more than a dozen varieties, plus hot dogs and dessert. Now, a silent auction will also be held during the cook-off. All proceeds will benefit United Way of Pitt County, which works to strengthen education, earnings, and access to essentials in the community. Now, we also want to highlight some of the extreme weather that has been seen across the country over the past 24 hours. Priscilla Thompson is in Spring, Texas, with more on a tornado that rolled through last night.
Yeah, that tornado tore through this neighborhood just outside of Houston, just ahead of the holiday, and you can see some of the damage here. You have these massive trees that have come down on people's cars, people's homes, fences, just up and down the street here in this neighborhood. There are piles of debris just about everywhere, and we have spoken to people who were inside of their homes, inside of businesses when this tornado came through, and one of the things everyone has described to us is just the pressure, that they felt like their ears were going to burst and that they were just holding on to whatever they could find. One man saying he was holding on to the toilet in his bathroom, another person describing holding on to a table inside of a room as they just waited for this to pass overhead, and just as quickly as it came in, it was gone, and folks came out to see all of this devastation around them. And so right now it is the focus on cleanup ahead of the holiday. We know that some 100 homes were damaged in all of this, but I will show you the one bit of good news that we're seeing here this morning. Those bucket trucks that are out, and crews telling us that they have been out through the night trying to get power restored here for folks ahead of Thanksgiving.
Thank you very much, Priscilla, for that report. We now want to turn to our weather forecast here in eastern North Carolina. We're not looking at anything nearly as severe as what they've experienced across Texas and what, again, portions of Georgia are actually experiencing right now. Let's take a look at what we've got across the east. Currently, a few rain showers trying to approach the Crystal Coast. Down East Carteret County could be seeing again a few raindrops here over the next couple hours, but zoom in the picture out, you can see most of the rain still sitting further back off to the west. Now, we do want to zoom it in on an area of concern. It looks like a bow echo again rolling its way across Georgia. That system is moving at about 50 to 60 miles an hour and could again be producing a fairly strong wind gust front out ahead of that echo. So that's something, again, we'll continue to keep an eye on. It'll be surprising if it holds together all the way into eastern North Carolina, but that is going to be most likely a good opportunity for rain showers here in eastern North Carolina. That type of front will really help bring about more lift in the atmosphere, and that means more rain showers coming down. We could certainly use the rain. Here's a look at what we've got outside right now in Grifton. 63 degrees. Air temperature is going to be rising rapidly due to a southerly wind. Right now, winds blowing out of the south-southeast in Grifton at 7 miles an hour. Dew points climbing right now in the mid-50s in Grifton. Air temperatures across the board are rising. We've got 71 degrees in Stumpy Point, but we've come out of the 40s. At last check, Roanoke Rapids was sitting at 43 degrees. Over the past hour, Roanoke Rapids has risen 7 degrees. That is a quick rise over a 1-hour stretch, and we've got more heat on the way, again, thanks to the winds. Humidity also making a big comeback. Most areas have seen a humidity rise, or really a rise in your dew points over the past 24 hours between around 10 to 15 degrees. That is noticeable. More importantly, that will allow more rain to fall out of the system that's expected to roll over eastern North Carolina tonight, really coming up later on, I'd say late afternoon into this evening, through the overnight hours into your Wednesday morning. Dew points in the 50s. If we could get those up even a little bit higher into the 60s, that will allow for more widespread rain. Right now, winds continuing to shift, still looking at more of a south to southeasterly breeze across the east. The numbers will also be coming up later on this afternoon. Right now, most of us registering about a single-digit sustained wind speed. For the tail end of today, that will get up to about a double-digit wind speed, looking around 7 to 15 mile-per-hour winds out of the south later on today. Those winds get stronger as we head into Wednesday. Air temperatures will be higher coming up for tomorrow because of these winds. But even at 6 o'clock Wednesday, we're looking at a west-southwesterly breeze. Watch what happens as we head towards 11 p.m. The winds swing around. This is when that cold air is reintroduced to eastern North Carolina, and it is going to push temperatures down quickly. We are looking at a rapid drop going from 77 degrees coming up on Sunday into the mid-50s by the time we get to your Monday afternoon. That is over a 20-degree drop, and that is certainly one that should grab your attention because it means that Thanksgiving is going to be a little bit cooler than what we're going to experience for today and tomorrow. There's that first front rolling in, and then again the big temperature drop comes as that secondary front swings its way northward. The high pressure system you're seeing down across Mississippi and Alabama, that will only encourage more of that cold air out of the northwest to flow into eastern North Carolina. It will lead to temperatures looking like this. 54 degrees Thursday for your Thanksgiving afternoon. 46 degrees coming up on Friday. Overnight lows down at or below freezing coming up for your Thursday night as well as Saturday night. But Friday night, it is a hard freeze across the east. 26 degrees. It is going to be a cold start to the holiday weekend, at least on the Saturday and Sunday portion of it. And then we get into next week. Air temperatures climb, but we see a reintroduction of rain back into the forecast. 30% chance of drops coming up on Monday as well as Tuesday. Well, that's all we have time for today's 10 a.m. News and Weather Update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday.